Corpus Christi is a festivity which is both solemn and exuberant. It's a religious celebration where Catholic ritual meets pagan high spirits. And it all unfolds in Cusco's vibrant centre, its main square, or Plaza de Armas, in front of the city's imposing cathedral. It begins with an open-air Catholic Mass. The great and the good of the city are all here. Military top brass, police, judges, doctors and teachers. But also workers' unions, mechanics, builders and farmers. No one is left behind. Cusco's rich cultural heritage is never more real and visceral than when you're immersed in one of its festivals. This one, Corpus Christi, marks the Christian Eucharist, which is celebrated around the world. But here it has an unmistakable local flavour. And it's not just a solemn affair. Each parish in Cusco is represented by its saint. This is San Cristobal's, one of 15 saints and holy virgins in the procession, with some of the most passionate followers. Claudia Aragon comes back to Cusco every year for these festivities.
It's something very powerful which moves so many people, and it does not necessarily have to do with Catholicism. It goes beyond that. It's faith and energy.
Soon after the Spanish conquest, when the invaders ransacked Cusco's gold and silver, they replaced the Inca celebration of winter solstice, or Inti Raymi, with Catholic traditions, explains Mark Rice, a U.S. historian on Peru.
By the 1570s, about a generation after Spanish conquest of the Inca, the celebration was ended by the viceroy. And instead, the Spanish shifted their focus to the festival of Corpus Christi, which fell near the same date as Inti Raymi, but reflected the Spanish impulse to emphasize religious syncretism, in which the Catholic festival of Corpus Christi was imposed and merged with the Inti Raymi festival.
It wasn't until the middle of the 20th century that the Inca tradition was revived. Today, Cusco celebrates Corpus Christi and Inti Raymi, a compromise which reflects its dual cultural origins. And the imperial city of the Incas is also now Peru's tourism capital.
Cusco is a cosmopolitan city. I'm 30 years old, and for as long as I can remember, there have always been people from other countries, and the culture has changed along the way. But Cusco is very conservative and very Catholic, so there are things which will never change no matter how many visitors come from abroad.
The saints and holy virgins are carried on platforms around the main square in a procession before they're brought inside the cathedral. It's a tradition which echoes how royal Inca families paraded their mummies hundreds of years ago in the same stone-hewn city centre. Beyond the religious significance, this event is an expression of unity in Cusco.
This brings together all districts and the provinces. They are all united. There is no inequity based on language or gender. Foreigners are invited to enjoy it too. The idea is for everybody to enjoy it.
Over the centuries, the customs have adapted, but the roots appear to remain unshakable. Dan Collyns, CGTN, in Cusco, Peru.